Okay, on this one, what's really cool about it is I'm going to ask you guys to graph, when you're working with this, the points. So I want you to graph the image, the pre-image, and the actual image. But first of all, you have to show using arrow notation, even on homework, if not stated. Okay, so even if you don't have it stated in homework, please use arrow notation. What I mean by that is, I'm going to sit there and say, I'm going across the x-axis. So I know xy implies x negative y. So what I'm going to do is literally write the notation for these. So I'm going to go, point x is at 2, negative 1, means that x prime, and we're going to use these primes. Now primes are the ones that show you what you end on. Those are your images. So if that's the case, that's going to be 2, 1. Here we have y, which is going to be at negative 4, negative 3, which means y prime is at negative 4, positive 3. And then we get our other point of the triangle, which is z, is at 3, 2, which then means that we're going to have z prime, which is going to be at 3, negative 2. So then I can actually graph these pretty quick. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my original image in blue, and my pre-image, and then my image that I end with in green. Now the cool thing is, you should even do that this way with your homework. You should do like your pre-image should be in pencil, your final image should be in blue. Something like that that would help you. So let's do x first. I got 2, negative 1. That's x. Then we have y, which is at negative 4, negative 3. Then we got z, which is at 3, 2. So here is z. Now I'm going to use a ruler, just a straight edge here real quick, because I want to make sure I keep mine pretty straight. So here's our points. And I wasn't doing quite so well in class earlier today, but I think this will help us get our vertices there. And you can see pretty clearly what that image is. Now let's go ahead and put our primes in. X is going to be at 2, 1. So x prime right here. X prime. You see the green? And then we have y prime is at negative 4, 3. So over here, there's your y prime. And then we have z prime is at 3, negative 2. So now, you just connect your vertices with these. Connecting those. Putting your points together. So you see how those just reflect over each other? Remember, this is your line of reflection. You can see basically how it reflected right across with what you have, how the x's and y's changed. Let's do the same type of idea now for the line y equals x. So with the line y equals x, I know my arrow notation, and notice I did this with arrows. I expect you to do exactly the same thing with every time you're doing a reflection, a translation, anything like that. It lets me know that you're getting it. I get here, I get xy will transform to the point y, x. So it's going to be really easy to get. So I get r is at negative 2, 2. So r prime is going to be at what? 2, negative 2. They flip-flop spots. S is at 5, 0. But s prime is at 0, 5. I have t, which is at 3, negative 1. And t prime is at negative 1, 3. So those I'm going to do in blue, my pre-image, and my image is going to be in green. All right, so here's our reflection. So r is at negative 2, 2. Then we have s is at 5, 0. And then we have t is at 3, negative 1. All right, and let's do our other ones. We have r prime, which is going to be at 2, negative 2. So here's my r prime. I got my s is at 0, 5. So up here is s prime, and t prime is at negative 1, 3. All right, so when you do this, notice the reflection. Someone told me earlier this looks like a butterfly. I kind of agree, but remember, this is your line of reflection you're going through right here. So you should literally see it being twisted over. You can see how it's reflected from one side to the other. It's very easy to see. All right, I'm going to stop real quick here, and then we're going to get the last page where if I don't ask you to graph, don't graph. Just sit there and give me the answers. And I'm going to show you what I mean on the next page.